Hi guys, today I'm going to share a technique so powerful it might as well be a superpower, but it's rarely even talked about. The technique that I'm speaking of is self-controlled silence when it comes to women. Now, before I break this down and all the complexities, let's take a minute to understand what this is and what it is not, because it could be used for good and for bad. But I'm really urging you guys not to use it for bad. Self-control silence is a very misunderstood thing. It's not about being weird or boring or anything like that. It's about making a strategic choice to hold back, to listen more than you speak, to observe more than you act. For example, imagine that you're at a party. Instead of trying to be the life of the party and get attention, step back calmly. Observe and soak in your surroundings. Now, this technique might seem counterintuitive because we're told so much and so often that in order for a man to successfully get a woman, he has to chase. He has to be proactive, he has to show interest, etc. And yes, that is a piece of the puzzle because men are hunters and women are nurturers. But there's another side to this story, another key element that is often overlooked. It's not even talked about, really. Sometimes the loudest statement you can make is silence. The most powerful move you can make is not moving at all. There's a quote, one of my favorite quotes actually, that says, "The quietest man in the room is the deadliest." Now, of course, we're not talking about a man literally being deadly or dangerous in terms of safety. The quote is referencing the power of self-control. There are 5 key elements that make a quiet man deadly. One is observation. Quiet men are usually more observant. They watch and learn from everything that's happening around them. They can assess situations, understand people's motivations, and see opportunities or threats that a lot of other people might miss. Number 2 is self-control. Quiet men usually have a strong sense of self-control. They don't allow themselves to be swayed by outside sources or impulses. They think before they act and consider all possibilities, outcomes, and consequences. Their actions are very calculated, they're not spontaneous at all. They choose the right moment to act for maximum impact. Number 3 is confidence. A quiet man is often a self-assured man. One of my other favorite quotes says, "Confidence is silent, insecurities are loud." People who are overly loud and attention-seeking are typically insecure about something, and they're trying to overcompensate for it to hide that insecurity. They need external validation to feel good about themselves. Silence makes most people feel uncomfortable, so they feel the need to fill it with talking. A man who can sit comfortably in silence is a very powerful man because he shows that he's confident, and he doesn't need constant conversation to feel comfortable. Number 4 is impact. When a man exercises his silence, it creates a sense of anticipation for everybody around him. People naturally become very curious about his thoughts. What is he thinking? What's on his mind? Why doesn't he talk? So when he finally does speak, his words carry significant weight and they have a profound impact. Number 5 is intelligence. Most of the time, quiet men are deep thinkers. That's why they're quiet. They speak less because they're busy processing information, planning their next move, and solving problems in their head. Their moves are extremely calculated, as I said before. They play chess while the majority of other people are playing checkers. Silence is a powerful, underutilized tool. It has the power to let a woman reveal her thoughts herself and her feelings while you remain a mystery. For example, if you're on a date with a woman and you're having a conversation, instead of constantly steering the conversation, let her do the talking. When you listen, observe, and respond minimally, you draw her in with your silent attention. If you let people talk long enough, they'll tell you every single thing that you want to know. But here's the key. The key is to keep open eye contact and your attention on her. Don't do a million other things while she's talking, like reading the menu or checking your phone, etc. For silence to carry the weight that you want it to, she has to know that you're paying attention. For example, if you're texting instead of bombarding her with message after message after message, keep your responses engaging but minimal. This will make her anticipate your messages. This is what I mean. Let's say she texts you about her day and says something like, "Hey, I had a busy day at work. How was yours?" Instead of texting a long drawn-out message detailing all the events of your day, keep it short and sweet. Something like, "Just as busy, but nothing I can't handle. Any plans for the weekend?" You're letting her know how your day was, but still keeping it vague enough to remain a mystery. See, in a world where everybody is trying to prove themselves, the way that you stand out is by remaining a mystery. See, the millionaire doesn't have to say he's a millionaire. The high-quality man doesn't have to say he's a high-quality man. The top 1% man that everybody likes to talk about nowadays doesn't have to say that he's a top 1% man. It's just known by his moves, his mannerisms, his energy, and his self-control. The moment that you harness the power of self-control, you become that irresistible force that women can't help but be drawn to.